Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Lake Wylie. We've got AnglerChannel.com Pro Staffer Rob Digh with us. He's getting ready for a BFL this coming Saturday on Wylie, but we're really here to talk about today, Robbie. You were down at the Rayovac on Guntersville this past week, got a 7th place check. You were in a position on the final day to make a run, and almost did, but, as you said the other day, that's fishing.
Yeah, my fish run out on me down there, John, and, only got one decent bite the last day, and just wasn't able to capture all my bites I had down there. But that's a great lake, and as everybody's seen, unbelievable weights coming out of there. And Guntersville's probably the #1 lake in the country right now.
I was going to ask you, it's had so much pressure the last 3 years. What do you think? It sounds like the impact is negligible based on the tournament you just fished down there. Everybody caught a lot of fish.
Yeah, the fish were pulling up. It's a good time of year to be down there. A lot of the fish hadn't been caught yet because they were fresh fish. They'd been out in the river channel all year. But, the pressure I think is tremendous down there. They have so many fish. As long as the grass stays in there, the lake will be able to sustain the pressure. But if the grass goes away, it'll definitely go down.
What was your total weight down there for 3 days?
I think I had 66 pounds for 3 days, and Jay Kendrick won it with 84.
Wow. Yeah, he had a big third day, I believe, is what I read.
Yeah, he had 31 pounds, some change, almost 32.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to close out a tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, he is, and he's a great guy. Congratulations to Jay.
That's fantastic. Now, you got a BFL coming up here Saturday. The CBC was just fished here this past weekend. Robbie, they had 199 teams show up for that tournament. That's a record turnout for the South Carolina division of the CBC. 23 pounds won it. Are you expecting the same weights this coming weekend?
No, I would say, 17 or 18 is going to win the BFL because, the team tournaments, you can usually knock 5 pounds off in a draw tournament. So I'm going to say 17 to 18 is going to be a really good weight down here this weekend.
I was reading, I was on Angler's Channel actually earlier this morning, and the FLW Tour is back on, I believe, Logan Martin this week?
No, Smith Lake.
Smith Lake, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that lake's full of spots, and they're going to catch a lot of fish. I've heard it's really been fishing good the last 2 years. They got some big largemouth down there. Somebody can key on some big largemouth, 4 days, 60 pounds.
Well, I tell you what, man, those guys find a way to catch them. Bottom line, they're in the business to catch them. That's their job. So that'll be fun to watch. Tournaments are just back on. Fishing's good. There's a big charity event up in Kentucky this week on Kentucky Lake that we're going to try to get to. We also got the Oakley Big Bass visiting Clarks Hill Lake. What have you heard about Clarks Hill lately?
I hadn't heard a lot about Clarks Hill, but God, it's been fishing tough the last couple of years. It's a great lake, but if you don't hit that lake around the herring spawn, God, it can fish tough. But I don't know. We'll just wait and see this spring what it puts out.
Well, last spring it definitely was on the incline again after 3 or 4 really, really tough years. But hey, man, good seeing you. Congratulations, 7th place finish, Rayovac, Guntersville. Nothing to hang your hat on there. What's the next Rayovac Series event you're going to?
We go to Lake Seminole down in Bainbridge, Georgia, and that lake's it's got a little bit of Florida in it. So looking forward to that. It's going to be in May, and should be some topwater action. Yeah,
that'll be good. And hey, not to ask you what they're biting on right now at Wylie, but we know last week a lot of guys were catching them cranking.
Yeah, cranking, jerkbait, a little bit of Alabama rig, but these fish are trying to pull up and spawn to water temperature 60 to 62 degrees out here in these pockets. But the fish I hadn't been able to see any today, but they're really close to coming to lock down on the bed. We've got a cool snap coming in this weekend, but these fish are going to come to the bank, and I'd say, it's going to be 1 5 foot or less.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, good luck to you. Great seeing you. And, folks, we'll see you next week.